Thank you very much for the support given so far on my first video on parenting. As requested by many, I'm doing this first video on parenting in English as well. Do continue to support me if the contents are contentive. Well, in everyone's life, one thing that brings out excitement, fun, meaning, challenge is becoming a parent. At times, this excitement eventually grades out to become an everyday activity that you no longer enjoy as being a parent. That should never happen at any point of your time being a parent. Whether we like it or not, our kids are out to this world because of us, and it's our responsibility to be a good parent. Good parent doesn't mean giving them best education, best dresses, and every wealth that you can possibly offer them. That's a part of our duty, and every one of us struggles so hard to give this to the best. Moving towards this, we at times fails to observe our child totally. I feel this should be the primary responsibility to claim ourselves as a good parent. I'm going to share some of my experiences with my kids that helped me, my kid, to better evolve, not in terms of education or anything, but we can call it as life skill. In this video, I'm going to quickly give you certain tips and tricks to better enhance a kid's memory capability. First thing is, you might be feeling these tips and tricks are something that worked on your kid. How this may be useful for my kid. Let me tell you, the contents that I'm sharing is not restricted to any specific type of kid. As far as I have seen so far, some of the type of kids I have come across is being displayed in the slide. Some are very obedient, lovely kid liked by almost everyone. Next one, everything known type kid who is independent. Next one is always talkative chatterboxes. Next one is always hungry child. And next one is our bindas, very lazy. Or the last type of kid which I have seen so far is my own personal favorite, always standing upside down. Your kid may fall into any of these categories. The tips I am going to share may be applicable for any of these categories. The next question that comes to your mind is, how do I know my kid's memory power is weak? If not a parent observes this, no one else would do. My personal experience to identify this. Let me share you. My kid falls into the first category. Very obedient, liked by everyone sort of girl. As a part of weekend enjoyment, one day myself and my kid did pizza. While making pizza, I gave her some instructions on how to arrange the vegetables on the pizza base. Three instructions: mushroom as first row, capsicum as second row, and paneer as third row. She followed the instructions carefully, but came out as surprising was the way she arranged as paneer as first row, capsicum as third, and mushroom as second. This observation made me to think about her working memory capability. I'm not a psychologist or a doctor at profession to understand about what happened. I did read a lot of child psychology books, eventually gave me an understanding that every single attribute of a kid can be enhanced. No one is born as genius and everyone is born with same capability. As a parent, if we do fruitful activities, that lit up kid can do wonders. Let me share those activities that I did, and I did observe a lot of changes in her working memory capability. The first type of activity that I, in fact, very often do whenever I get time is to allow the kids to visualize freely. How do I do this activity? As for example, assume that Sunday some of my friends are coming to my home for dinner. I tell my kid to visualize the way she wanted to arrange the dinner. This visualization she doesn't mind will come in paper, not as drawing but as writing. She writes, and once this is over, Sunday I take almost all steps to arrange the table as she visualized and try to keep things in a slightly different order to test if she is remembering what she visualized. And trust me, it works so well after a few attempts. Simple, handy exercise that improve not only her memory but also indirectly getting herself ready for creative writing as well. The next activity that benefited me successfully is pretend to be a listener. Every time a parent need not teach. At times when you listen to your kid works, this activity I often do like this. My kid joined a badminton class. I voluntarily go and ask her to teach me badminton as I do not know much. She tries to recollect everything that happened. Indirectly, I am letting up her memory. At one point, I say her that this is the way they taught me serving when I was young. Next day, she goes for coaching and she remember what I said and inquire about the pros and cons of the type of serving I mentioned her. By now, you could have understood how effective this exercise is to make her remember. If you do not have any card game at home, go, do buy, and play card games with your kid. This is a very simple, fun loving activity that holds lot of rules that one need to remember to play. The next one is very interesting exercise which I took it from this understood.org, which I often do like this as a weekly exercise. I say her that this Sunday we are making burger. You need to study about every element that must be a part of burger. In the sense, you learn how to make burger bun by Monday, getting lettuce Tuesday, patty Wednesday, and it goes on. By Sunday, she must put together all that she learned throughout the week and make herself a burger. She finds this activity so meaningful and enjoy doing it. This helped a lot in increasing her memory power. Encourage sensory learning. That is what they follow in most of the schools, and every one of us are aware of about it. Do practice this at home so she remember more. Final activity that keeps our kid good, not only in terms of holding memory but also connect us emotionally, is allow them to connect. This is often I do by giving a 3 to 4 months back printed photograph. At times, having an album gives a lot of meaning. The photograph may be the last vacation, a party, a function, it may be anything. And I ask her to write everything she remembers about the photograph. This is a great exercise, and trust me, she remembered so much better than how she used to remember before. So these contents is definitely not restrictive to the parents who have issues in child's memory capability. In fact, it may be done by every parent at this crucial period of COVID where we are spending most of the time with family. Let us not get ourselves addicted to gadgets and make our next generation also do that. Together, let's change and give better to the next generation. Do let me know your comments if any specific concerns about your kid. I'll try to address it suitably. Thank you again for the love and the support.